headband. But it's not a problem for as long as he scores. 7-point lead once again, given by Junmar Fajardo for San Miguel. We're down by as much as 6 earlier.
7-point game right now as JV Castro misses that long bomb. Another rebound there for Fajardo. CJ. Perez over to C. Ross.
From Hill, it's Junmar Fajardo.
Absolutely.
Own version of a screen assists for a 9-point lead for San Miguel.
Ion. Using the Ginto screen. Sends it over to Castro. 3 ball on the ways. Off to the left.
That is really paramount for Blackwater in this matchup to hit their outside shots. So Junmar Fajardo is just right there in the restricted zone all the time.
Big, that's automatic.
But what about that ball delivery by Chris Ross?
Right.
Straight to Junmar Fajardo. We've seen this so many times in the numerous title runs with Ross and Fajardo joining force.
Junmar Fajardo basket gives the San Miguel Beermen their biggest lead so far. It's an 11-point game with 3:45 left to go in the first half. And of course, the Skywalker, the Trigger Man, Ramon Fernandez was mentioned a while ago, the Demolition Man, the 2 Dannys, Spider-Man, and the Kraken. So much history here for the San Miguel Beermen. And a man sitting to my left has faced them for so many times.
Nightmares, most of the time.
And that 1-2 punch that San Miguel has had through the years, through the different generations of San Miguel Beermen. Of course, this time around is Junmar and CJ Perez. It's just tough to beat these guys with that much firepower.
And right now, it's a revenge conference for this franchise after missing the playoffs for the first time in the last decade.
It felt weird to not see San Miguel in the playoffs in the All-Filipino.
Some import problems, of course, hounded them all throughout the last conference.
RK Ilagan, how did that go out? It was halfway inside the basket.
Too near. Brondial tried his best. Ilagan using the backboard as a shield.
And CJ Perez.
Wow. Attacks right, uses his offhand. Just like that. He was sitting on that left 3-point line. This was the last offensive sequence. And again, the smartness of RK Ilagan.
Using that basket as a extra
shield.
Extra shield on Rodney Brondial. And CJ Perez takes care of the first free throw. 45-35 is the count. 3:06 left to go here in the first half. I send it over to Julia.
CJ Perez told me that he usually does really good in practice, but sometimes being on the court gets to him. He ends up becoming too confident, which ends in complacency. So far this match, he's made it a point to carry a different mindset. He told me that he's keen to not force those outside shots and to actively find better options on the court. After all, it is the elimination round, and he looks to stay consistent on defense, but still improve in each game. Now back to you guys.
Thank you for that, Julia. Well, he has shown that he's had a couple of outside shots, but instead of taking it, he attacks the basket.
Right.
Sends it back out to RK. Ilagan over to Bearfield. 3 ball from the corner, a little bit too strong, and Brondial with another rebound.
Still cold with only 2 minutes remaining here in quarter 2.
Yeah. Junmar Fajardo already with a double-double here. 10 points, 10 rebounds, maybe 11 points, 10 rebounds for the Kraken.
What about the close-up smile? Enjoying himself immensely. Good use of that screen on that handoff play. 13 was the biggest lead earlier for San Miguel.
Perez, oh wow. Just knifing through the defense of the Blackwater Bossing.
They had 6 days to prepare for this contest.
Here's the vid. Swings it over to Malilin. Corner 3 ball is short.
We talked about the need for Blackwater to shoot the ball extremely well from the long line in this matchup.
Perez, that's for 4. And that's going to be a miss. Here comes the Bossing on the counter.
5 against 4 in this sequence.
RK mishandled there by Christian David.
Unforced turnovers throughout the first 2 quarters for Blackwater. Perhaps a little tired. Yes.
As Coach Ronnie said a while ago, This is their third game in 5 days as Fajardo misses that jumper.
Faking the pass and taking the shot.
RK Lagan on the floor ran into CJ Perez.
And that last foul will send San Miguel in team penalty.
His first foul, 5 on the period.
So the Blackwater bossing already with 10 turnovers here in the first half.
They also have to count the turnover points San Miguel has scored of those turnovers.
That's right. Points off of turnovers, the Beermen with 12 as opposed to 2 for Blackwater. David. And that's going to go out of bounds and stay with the bossing. So final 30.9 to go here in the first half. 13 seconds on the shot clock for the bossing.
From the backside.
Jericho. San Miguel can play for the last shot here. And that's what they're going to do. Perez. 10 seconds. Perez using the Brondial screen. They get the switch. CJ falling down literally. And that's going to go out of bounds. And it's going to stay with San Miguel. Looked like CJ slipped there.
But possession stays with San Miguel as Malilin did not get a good grasp on that basketball.
So it's a 30-second timeout for the San Miguel Beermen. 3.4 left to go here in the first half. And Blackwater's played them tight for a quarter and a half, but San Miguel starting to pull away. But still, let's take a look at this. You know, the Japet Aguilar baseline jumper. You know, one of the best bigs with a soft touch from the outside. He's been doing this throughout his entire life. And Japet with a game winner against the heartbroken Blackwater bossing.
So near yet so far.
Wow.
And Japet Aguilar really broke their hearts with that game winner.
And a 1-6 record. But something that RK Lagan said a while ago, Coach Ronnie, in the interview, was that even though they've had a very tough conference, they see themselves improving.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And this is an all-Filipino conference. No help from a reinforcement. Yet at times they're able to hold their own.
Yeah.
And what they're lacking right now is closing out games strongly. This team will be better. The materials are slowly coming into play for Coach Jeff Carriazo.
And as you mentioned a while ago, they have a great coach in Coach Jeff. Andrade over to Bearfield. Cedric has enough time here. That's for 4. That's a miss, however, for Bearfield. The San Miguel Beermen stepping on the gas there halfway through the second period. Junmar Fajardo and company flexing their muscle as the Kraken already up to a double-double. 11 points, 10 rebounds, 5 of 10 from the field. Of course, guys like Chris Ross and company finding Junmar time after time. As the San Miguel Beermen enter the break ahead with a score of 52-39.
Bago humarap tungo sa gintong taon ng PBA, muling magpapang-abot ang barako ng bawat kampo. Huwag magpahuli sa pasiklaban ng tikas.
Getting up there. Nunu.
Angas.
Whoa. Rocco Pinoy style.
At lakas sa